Hello, this is Thato, and these are the answers to the questions that you had asked. Firstly, thank you so much for interviewing me. I appreciate it. So, question number one. Um, my experience was quite an emotional roller coaster. It was life changing. It was also an experience where I came to a self understanding that I didn't have before, self awareness that I didn't have before. I mean, in the house, you go through emotions that you never thought you had at the highest possible level because there are no distractions. So when you're really angry, you're really, really, really angry. Everything is heightened in the house. Um, it's quite tough when you're really angry and upset. You kind of have to be in the very space of the people that are making you angry and upset. So that's another element that you sort of need to deal with. And when you're really happy, then it's a heightened happy. When you fall in love, I believe it's also heightened. Everything is just heightened. It's really a psychological game, but it is one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I had the time of my life. I'm so grateful to Big Brother for choosing me to be in the house. The night of the veto challenge, um, I wouldn't say that it was for Mahala. I have a thing, a belief. I really believe that everything works for my good. And you can only connect the dots moving back. I don't know why I lost the veto challenge. I don't know why my body locked because I didn't fall asleep. It wasn't a decision that I made. My body locked and sort of fell asleep, and then the ball fell. So it didn't work out for Mahala. Already going into it, I didn't think or know whether I would be able to even go past 2 hours. So for me to be able to stand there for 10 hours, knowing very well that, you know what, if I don't get the veto, then I'm definitely going to be nominated, because I knew that Gash and I were a target. There were 6 people, or rather 8 other people in the house, and the 6 of them have not necessarily been people that, have had good things to say and have not really sort of hidden their strategy to get rid of us. So going into that, that was the mindset to do what I need to do to ensure that I win that challenge. So I came out then with, the validation of the fact that I can stand when I need to. It was quite painful. It was gruesome, but I was able to stand and really, really enjoy for 10 hours, and it's not that I made a decision to give up. My body gave in, and that's also, it's not for Mahala. If my body gives in, then it gives in, right? So it was good. I walk away from that feeling very proud. I stood for 10 hours. I'm glad. I'm proud of myself. Um, Talk about the potatoes. How are your cooking skills? Okay, it's fine. Um, so potato showed me flames that day. However, there was a day when I was able to make potatoes. I didn't cook all that much in the house. Um, but I definitely can cook. I'm the first of 4 children. Both my parents are teachers, so every night I would cook. But I must say that my cooking is quite basic. It's okay. I can make your pap, I can make rice, I can make pasta. It's just that, sometimes it shows you flames. It's just like makeup, okay? Some days your winged eyeliner looks okay, it looks good, and some days it just doesn't. But of the 7 times that I cooked in the house, I think about 3, 4 meals were good, and the others showed me flames. Okay, so my cooking skills are okay, but definitely, I'll be honest, I'm gonna own it. Not as good as a tools and a gash. All right, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Does Terry know that you heard them speak about you? Also, why did you let it slide? No, she does not know that I heard them speak about me. I don't think any of the housemates actually know that I know that they were speaking about me. Case in point, when Temba, Terry, and Tools sort of had a conversation about the fact that during tasks they're going to shut me down, and then they did, and then I kept quiet, and then they went back, and Timber was like, oh, okay, you see, so Thato is weak, so why should we? I saw those things. The reason why I didn't react or respond to that is because it was not part of my strategy. I didn't want to do anything because somebody else had done something. I had a plan for each day, I had a plan for each week. It was not in my strategy to confide or to be in an argument. Just was not part of the plan. And also, if you do not like me or whatever the case may be, that's your cross to carry. It's none of my business. I keep it moving. I do what I need to do. Yeah, but a lot of things are going to be revealed now as far as the housemates are concerned, where I'm now in a position, now that the game is over, to say, I saw you plotting to do this. I saw you say this and that. And I think that, I need to take the time to also discern between what was game and what was personal. But no, she does not know. That's why I let it slide. And moving forward, need to take the time to decide, to see whether the things were personal or whether it was part of a game. According to you, was your relationship with Gatch part of the game, or were you guys building something real? Are there any feelings involved yet? According to me, how I moved, Gash was not part of my game. He was not part of my strategy. I didn't even see him coming. Gash and I related, I think, on a level where when we would sit down together, at least as far as I'm concerned, it would be cards down. So I didn't have my defenses up. As a matter of fact, when I would speak to Gash, I would speak to him about everything other than the game. Things outside of the game. So I'll always reference to this. I was cooking and then I cut myself and I ran to the bathroom, and he came, to sort of check on me and make sure that I'm okay. And even why we related is because of the fact that, for example, we are not too great when it comes to group settings and to have a conversation in group settings. We're the kind of people that want to have a conversation one-on-one and stuff like that. So the natural sort of being around him was not part of the game, and then the progression of the feelings was also not part of the game. As a matter of fact, I would say that my moving away from Gash, and when he would come to sort of ask me out, maybe, to push something before, early on in the game, before anyone, or rather, let me say, before Yoli, was my no was part of the game, but my yes was not part of the game. I think that's when I sort of let the game go. Are there any feelings involved yet? Absolutely, absolutely. I've definitely fallen in love with Cash. Absolutely, feelings involved, yes. Were you not in a relationship when you went into the house? No, I was not in a relationship when I went into the house. I had been single and focusing on really going for my dreams in 2021. However, a couple of months just before the Big Brother game was even before Big Brother coming back was announced, there was somebody who was in my life, but even then it ended because the most important thing for me in 2021 was going after my dreams and chasing my goals. So no. You had your first unofficial TV hosting experience yesterday at Home Ground. How was it? Definitely didn't expect Minnie Lamini to do that. I really, really appreciate her for doing that. It was great. It's such a selfless thing that she did, and I am forever grateful for her for giving me those 10 seconds of fame. Truly, truly appreciated. And please do not sleep on the girl. Hit me up. I'm available for TV presenting and radio presenting any day. Where to from here? Are you going back to being an accountant, or are you giving your passion a chance? Absolutely not going back to being an accountant. I had actually resigned from work a month before Big Brother was even announced because I felt that I was living a life, like a double life. Yes, I was in finance, but every evening I was still on TikTok creating content in order for me to be seen. And that's always been the reason why I've been on social media platforms. It was to show that I can do these things, to produce shows, to put them out on YouTube, to show that I can dance so that I can have a platform. But just before Big Brother was announced, I resigned from work to really live and fulfill my purposes. I think that for a long time I was scared, and Big Brother came at the perfect time, and I'm definitely not going back, even though I haven't won the 2 million rand. Let's see if I can't make the 2 million rand. So where to from here? Television presenting and acting, I'm definitely open to that. Radio presenting, event emceeing, and continuing to create content, but also to dance and to teach Amapiano dance. So, the girl is multi-talented. Let's really use these talents that God has given me, and hopefully have a great and successful career in the entertainment industry. And as far as accounting is concerned, I'm not going back to it in the sense of working for somebody else. I'll continue with my own sort of little accounting services company that I have, working with other accountants, but we'll see. Accounting is definitely not top of my list. Last question. Are you rooting for Gash to take the 2 million rand? Absolutely. I would love for Gash to take the 2 million rand, and not because, of the fact that he's my baby or whatever, and he's such a fantastic person. But as far as the game is concerned, I think that he is a true testament of standing your ground and standing your truth and going after, things even though it's not favorable in the house or in life. He's fantastic, and I'm definitely rooting for him